lead gen. Let's say you're generating leads. Leads come in. We now can take that lead, throw it onto a Google sheet that's set up with an automation through another company called Zapier. I don't know if you guys
use that,
know Zapier. And then all of a sudden they're getting emails and SMS. Those
drips and
those type of things. You saw the big companies doing that several years ago, but so it's sort of trickling down. In the lawyer world, AI, they're talking mostly for intake right now, research and document review. Right. So I'll give you an example. A guy I know in Texas, he's working in this AI world. That lawsuit, Dominion, was the Dominion Fox News lawsuit. You remember that one?
That was the voting machines.
The voting machines, right? So they settled it for, I think, a hair under $1 billion or something.
Fox had to pay Dominion?
Fox paid Dominion, yeah. Big number, right?
Like defamation, and that's saying that they were fraudulent or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a big lawsuit. The amount of depositions, which are then turned into documents, right?
Sure.
So the amount of documents from the depositions in that lawsuit was like, tens of thousands of pages without exaggeration. And then you got to pay these lawyers for $500, sometimes $800 to then read through the depositions and figure out what's going to help, what's not going to help, what's important, what's not important, what do we keep looking into, that type of thing. So an AI tool that's coming out is just going to rip through these depositions
in seconds
and be like, and
here's the bullet points.
Right. So that 1,000 billable hours that, you're in many, many millions of dollars of attorney fees just evaporates that section of your attorney fees.
Just that one section.
Yeah. So it doesn't replace the attorney, right? You still need the brains and the strategy and stuff like that.
But it cuts out some hours, right?
Hours.
From real humans.
Yeah. That are just reviewing documents.
They get paid a lot.
Right.
Yeah, AI is going to do some stuff, and I don't think people are ready for it.
Yeah. What about your industry?
Mortgages, they already have had this tool that they've used for years called DU, Desktop Underwriter, and DO, Desktop Originator. It's just like you put everything in, and it just spits out conditions.
It just gives it to you.
I think it's just going to completely automate that whole process where at some point, Loan Depots of the world, the Quickens, the big guys will just not even need salespeople. It'll be like an AI pop up with questions to walk you through the loan process, and then just boom, 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 boom. You won't need a human to get a mortgage. Like pretty quick, almost to the point where you're going to be able to say like, Alexa, get me a mortgage. Okay, what would you like me to unlock your financial locker to Quicken? Yes, please. You have my authorization, PIN number 2, whatever.
Crazy.
And then it'll just take it and be like, your loan is approved.
Yes, I think you're right. I mean, that process itself, like you said, it had already been existed, but I think the difference is with the AI, they'll be able to read your documents, right? Before, you had the tool to upload a tax return, but there was no machine or computer brain that could then analyze those tax returns. But if they start analyzing those returns, then what do you need an underwriter for? And if they start collecting them, then what do you need a processor for? Right?
Yeah. If that's the worst it's going to be, then what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the best it's going to be?
That's entry level.
So salespeople, underwriters, process. I mean, it's all going to...
No. If you start to extrapolate, people who are in positions, human error is still part of the puzzle.
What are we going to do?
The future is now.
People get depressed, but there's always something, right? They've always been able to come up with something to do. That's the thing. That's the $1 billion, $1 trillion probably question is how do you work with that and navigate through that process? But yeah, it's coming for us for sure.